Welcome to the Money Minute, the most thorough finance show in the business. I'm Rich. I'm Rob, and I'm thrilled to still be here in Monaco, particularly Monte Carlo. It is a tiny, tiny, tiny country, I'll tell you that much. Quite right, I couldn't believe how small it was, even though I grew up in the UK and had heard of it, but it is small, maybe just a few square miles. I mean, if you thought Jersey was small, this is ridiculous, but boy, oh boy, what a beautiful place. We're shooting this week's shows from our suite in Monte Carlo, and today's tweet is especially appropriate. Stir-Fried Hoyle tweeted us at The Money Puppets and said, "Since you're playing at the world's most famous casino this week, I have a question that I think you'll get wrong. What is the likelihood in mankind's history that two well-shuffled decks ever ended up in the same order?" Thank you for your question, Stir-Fried. I imagine it's quite high since there are so many people playing cards with a standard deck. I'm not sure, but it has probably happened quite a bit, I'd imagine. I know this one, having studied it in a philosophy of science class at Rutgers. It's ridiculous how many combinations in a regular deck of playing cards there are. The answer to the question Stir-Fried Hoyle asked is basically zero. The probability is so small as to be almost non-existent. How can that be with all the years people in mankind's history have spent playing cards? It's basic math, Rich, so I'll explain it. 52 factorial is the way you express it, which is a 52 with an exclamation mark after it. I know you already know about factorial since you're good at math, but without studying it, it isn't so obvious. The first card could be any one of 52 cards. Then the second card could be any one of the remaining 51, and so on down to the final card. So you take 52 times 51 times 50 times 49 times 48, and so on, all the way down to the last possible card. That number multiplied out is roughly 8.06 with 67 zeros after it. It's so big that some scientists think it's more than the number of atoms that make up the whole Earth. I can't even make sense of those sorts of numbers. I can't either, but it is fun to think about. Some guy did the math to demonstrate how big it is and said something like, if you set a timer to 52 factorial seconds, then go to the equator, start the timer and take a step every billion years. After you've gone around the Earth, take a drop or teaspoon of water out of the ocean, something that small. Then when the ocean is empty, put down a piece of paper. Keep doing it until the stack of paper reaches the sun. Now do the whole thing again 4,000 times to run out the clock. Which makes it that much more impressive that there are card counters who can reduce those numbers to give themselves an advantage. Well, for one, we should never mention card counting around here, because they frown upon this as though you'd stolen directly from the king or queen or prince or whatever they have here. And two, card counting is a very different animal and is easier since 4 of the cards in the deck have the same value, 10. You got the jack, queen, king, and 10. Also, the rules casinos have as to when the dealer must hit also makes card counting possible. But the number of possible combinations in a regular deck of playing cards isn't really very manageable. So there's your answer, Stir-Fried Hoyle. The answer is basically zero. I already knew this one though, so maybe it was, I was set up for that question. Thank you for that though. Okay, let's get the ladies and head down to the marina. I heard that Alan Jackson brought his yacht in yesterday and I'd like to meet him if I can. He's one of the best country artists ever, no question. The wife and I will meet you in the lobby in 20 minutes, then we'll stalk Alan and whoever happens to be down there. Then we have reservations at Yannick Aleno La Hotel Hermitage, or however you say it. Well, I've stayed at the Hermitage Hotel in Nashville quite a few times, so this is going to add to my Hermitage combinations. Oh, nicely done, my friend. Well, that does it for this episode of the Money Minute Show. Remember, keep using your brain so it stays sharp. And we'll help you along the way to help you with your financial well-being. From Monaco yet again, have a wonderful day.